Hello, my name is Diana Salins. My pronouns are she, her, and I am the Regional Council Manager for Birth to 5 Illinois, Region 28, covering Bureau, Henry, and Stark counties. Thank you for watching Region 28's Early Childhood Regional Needs Assessment virtual report. This recorded session will provide an overview of findings from the Birth to 5 Illinois Region 28 Needs Assessment, as well as talk about the strengths, needs, and recommendations for improving access to and enrollment in early childhood education and care programs within the region. A link to the full report can be found in the description below. If you would like to turn on closed captioning, click the CC icon at the bottom of the video. This will turn on the captions. If you want a language different than English, click on the gear icon for settings, click on subtitles, then auto translate, and you can scroll down to pick the language that you want. In 2021, the Illinois Commission on Equitable Early Childhood Education and Care Funding issued a report with findings that highlighted the inequities in early childhood funding in Illinois and the need to create a better statewide infrastructure to support early childhood professionals, expand services and programs for families and caregivers, and increase enrollment in early childhood education and care programs. The report focused on the importance of addressing racial inequities and the need to include local voices in the conversation funders and decision makers were having about early childhood education and care. To provide structure for communities, families, and caregivers to engage with the data and share their experiences, a new statewide infrastructure was created across 39 regions, all of which align with existing Illinois State Board of Education regional offices of education boundaries, but operate independently. Birth to 5 Illinois regional boundaries align with school districts instead of strictly following county lines, which can be a challenge for gathering and interpreting data because many early childhood services are provided by or tied to school districts. Region 28 is located within the northwest quadrant of the state and includes Bureau, Henry, and Stark counties. Region 28 is the traditional home to the Fox, Sac, Sauk, and Winnebago tribes. We honor all Native peoples who came before us and who continue to contribute to our region. Today, Region 28 is coined the hog capital of the world, with 86.7% of the land dedicated to agriculture and a growing wind energy industry. Joining me in the Region 28 office is Samantha Piskey, our Family and Community Engagement Specialist, and our administrative support, Quinn Trader. The experiences and knowledge families, caregivers, and early childhood professionals gain while navigating the complexities of the state's early childhood education and care system are valuable, and understanding their lived experience in the local context is vital for decision makers to ensure communities have access to the programs, services, and supports they need. To this end, Birth to 5 Illinois was created to harness family and caregiver voices in the early childhood education and care and serve as a bridge between the communities and policymakers so family, caregiver, and professional experience can guide the decisions made to expand or enhance services across the state. Our mission is to create a statewide regional infrastructure that will amplify input from communities in the development of policies and funding priorities. We support the mobilization of communities to build and sustain equitable access to inclusive, high-quality early childhood services for all children and families in the state of Illinois. We envision that our work will help all stakeholders reimagine a more equitable early childhood education and care system that respects family and community voice and works to ensure it is centered and prioritized at every level of decision making in Illinois. We have three main values and goals. First, we must prioritize family voice. Through this transformation centered on authentic family and community engagement, we will address the inequitable distribution of resources and services and rebuild our state's early childhood education and care system. Second, we must address the racial inequities that exist in our early childhood system. In an effort to move our early childhood education and care system to one where racism no longer impacts a child's success, we will work to dismantle barriers that have limited access to high-quality services for minoritized children in every corner of our state. Third, we will use the collective impact model to shift the current early childhood system to influence policy and funding at the local, regional, and state level. Birth to 5 Illinois will use community-driven feedback to build a system that harnesses knowledge directly from families and providers and encourages decision makers to ensure new and/or expanded services are created to meet community needs. Now I'm going to turn the mic over to Samantha Piskey, our Family and Community Engagement Specialist, to talk about the role of action and family councils.
Two critical parts of the new statewide infrastructure are family councils and action councils. Located in each of the 39 regions, the council provides feedback on quantitative data from the Illinois Early Childhood Asset Map, or ICAM, and the Illinois Network of Child Care Resource and Referral Agencies, or INCRA, to help contextualize the data at the local level. The councils meet twice a month, virtual, in-person, or hybrid meetings. The family councils are comprised of parents and caregivers from a wide variety of family types, such as single parents, adoptive and foster parents, caregivers of relatives, teen parents, two-parent families, multi-generational families, and more, and they prioritize the voices of those who have not been involved with this type of work before. We want to highlight those who have been involved in our Region 28 Family Council over the past year and thank them for sharing their experiences with the early childhood system. Caitlin Camp, Jennifer Chapman, Gretchen Goffreyer, Tara Gottwalt, Maria Hernandez, Caitlin Parsons, Emily Roram, and Nikki Sellen. Action councils are comprised of early childhood education and care professionals, healthcare providers, faith leaders, elected officials, and other community members. Each action council reserved 2 seats for parents and caregivers to ensure family voices were included in every discussion. Action Council members were invited to bring additional aggregated data on programs and services provided by their agency or organization to complement data from ICAM and INCRA. We extend thanks and gratitude to our Region 28 Action Council members: Audrey Aiden, Michael Gibson, Sarah Hoffert, Taylor Loescher, Julia Massengale, Lindsay Worley, Ruth Yarin, and Angela Sarvel. Beyond the council meetings, additional qualitative data was collected community-wide through focus groups and interviews, and all the council members were invited to provide input on each section of their early childhood regional needs assessment. To date, Region 28 has participated in over 165 community engagement events in our pursuit to hear as many family and community voices as possible. Council members developed the strengths, needs, and recommended next steps that are unique to each region. Regional teams, along with the support of their Action and Family Council members, created a dissemination plan and are holding community meetings virtually and in person to share their report's findings. The following slides highlight some of the data that was discussed by council members and provide insights to the early childhood education and care landscape in our region. Now we will take a look at Region 28's demographics. Region 28 is primarily 95% white. Part of the conversations with council members were around priority populations, defined by the Illinois Early Learning Council as groups that have been historically underserved by the early childhood education and care programs. In Region 28, the priority populations include farm families, children and families with limited English proficiency, children and families on the brink of homelessness, children born to underage parents, and families involved in the child welfare system. Taking a deeper look at our priority populations, Farm families make up 9% of the households in Region 28. They often experience unique stressors that often go overlooked by the general population. Next are children and families with limited English proficiency. 9% of Region 28's population speaks Spanish. A majority of the Spanish-speaking population lives in Depew and Spring Valley, which is in Bureau County, and work for Monterey Mushroom and the Walmart Distribution Center. Both employers have recently made a conscious effort to assist staff in accessing ESL courses, or English as a Second Language courses, through the Illinois Valley Community College. Children and families on the brink of homelessness. This year, over 100 families in the region are anticipated to face eviction. Children born to underage parents. In 2020, there were 37 births to underage parents, a number that has been declining since 2000. Families involved with the child welfare system. In Region 28, there are over 120 children currently being supported in various ways through the child welfare system. Information about priority populations was gathered through surveys, interviews, and focus groups, and is included throughout our final Early Childhood Regional Needs Assessment report. Community collaborations are an integral part of the early childhood landscape. Local early childhood community collaborations bring together community agencies, organizations, and individuals with a shared vision or goal. They understand the importance of improving early childhood education and care for children, caregivers, and providers. To date, Region 28 has no formalized early childhood collaborations. A significant barrier to collaboration in our region has been the distance between service providers and funding dedicated to maintaining the collaboration and sponsorship of community engagement activities. Fortunately, discussions held among Birth to 5 Illinois Action and Family Council members have resulted in more service referrals and new approaches in getting the word out about availability of services. The formation of more collaborations in our region would result in heightened focus on services to best meet the needs and challenges of families. Now I'm going to turn it over to Quinn to share about early childhood education and care programs.
Region 28 is home to a variety of early childhood education and care programs and providers, all servicing children based on the licensing, funding, and staffing requirements. But access to early childhood programs and services is not equitable for all of the region's families. Wait lists at child care centers and the availability of childcare in our region are significant barriers for families and caregivers. It is not uncommon for a child to be on a child care center wait list for 12 to 18 months due to limited availability of slots. There are publicly funded preschool options available in the region, such as Head Start and Preschool for All programs. However, these programs are only half-day, nor do all provide transportation to and from the program, leaving many families who qualify for publicly funded preschool choosing not to enroll them in a publicly funded program. Additionally, there are not enough spots for families to enroll their child in private care centers or family child care homes across all programs in the region, leaving some families with very limited options for childcare. Families and caregivers reported that they were highly reliant on grandparents and other family members to provide childcare for their children. Some parents have had to quit their jobs or turn down career opportunities due to the lack of available childcare in the region. Cost is another barrier to services. It costs an average $800 or more per month for childcare in the region. There is a program that families can apply to through the Illinois Department of Human Services, or IDHS, called the Child Care Assistance Program, or CCAP. This program provides families with limited access to financial resources and access to quality, affordable childcare while allowing caregivers to continue working and/or completing their education. Unfortunately, individuals who work from home do not qualify for services. This has proven to be a significant barrier for our priority population of farm families in Region 28. Through community meetings, focus groups, interviews, and surveys, families in the region reiterated the urgent need for more affordable childcare and preschool options, staffed with providers and teachers that are well paid, supported, and who will want to continue working in the early childhood long term. Similar to other areas of the state, Region 28 is experiencing a staff and teacher shortage, preventing programs from operating at full capacity or expanding to meet community needs. 10% of the childcare slots went unused during the 2022-2023 school year due to staff shortages. Region 28 is trying to implement higher education and credentialing cohorts to help combat the staffing shortage. Community and council members identified several strengths of the early childhood system in the region. For the sake of time, I will only share a few. Discussions are occurring on how early childhood services can be expanded in the region. Innovative, higher education and credentialing cohorts have been implemented to combat workforce shortages. Library story hour and home visiting services provide educational support to children not receiving preschooling programming. Community and council members also identified challenges and opportunities for growth in the region as well. For the sake of time, I will only share a few. Access to high quality, full day, early care and education services for family. Access to family support services like maternal health providers and early intervention in the region. Access to community services such as public transportation, affordable healthcare, and broadband internet. Based on community and council conversations, recommendations have been made on how early childhood education and care programs and services can be improved for families in the region. Recommendations will be presented to lawmakers, state agencies, local elected officials, and funders so they can better understand the needs of families in the region and share the recommendations with them so they can see how best to meet those needs. These are a few of the recommendations made, but more can be found in the regional needs assessment. Recommendation 1. State-level systems that recognize the differing needs of rural and urban communities. Recommendation 2. Community-level collaborations to increase service offerings. Recommendation 3. Improve agency-level marketing strategies. This summer, we will be out in the community talking to more families, providers, and stakeholders about their experiences with early childhood education and care, and we want to talk to you. We invite community members, families, and early childhood professionals to join the conversation by filling out a council interest form. Please go to www.birth-to-5il.com/councils or click the link in the description to get involved. Interest forms will be closed later this summer, which council meetings fully resume in August. I want to thank our state partners for their support and you for watching. We encourage you to stay in touch with us by visiting our regional page at www.birth-to-5.com/region28, joining our Facebook group, or reaching out to my regional council manager via email at dsalins@birth-to-5il.com. Links to our pages along with our email addresses are available in the description below. Thank you for your time. We look forward to connecting with you soon.